Something very strange has happened, because between Friday and Monday there's a complete U-turn, 360-degree turn. Shekhar Singh, member of the NCPRI, has been watching this. Suhel Seth is joining us. And we also have with us Shiv Khera, very strong supporter of Team Anna, motivational speaker. He joins us from Patna. My first question is to Arun Bhatia, former IAS officer, another staunch supporter of Team Anna. What, in your view, Mr. Bhatia, has gone so terribly wrong that even Kiran Bedi was absolutely clueless when Anna Hazare put out on his blog that he's disbanding the team? She said, I read Anna's blog. I have no clue. I do not know what all it means. For we had a very useful preparatory meeting with Anna ji where he gave us useful guidance. Even Kiran Bedi did not know what Anna Hazare was about to do. Mr. Bhatia, what in your view has gone wrong between Anna Hazare and Team Anna?
Actually, sir, God knows. But if there is dissension, I think that it's still, the cause is not lost. It's not a defeat, because Anna is going ahead with the movement. The people who have come together will also want leadership. They will also go ahead. So I think in politics this sort of thing happens, because a lot of negativity also came out in the media. Oh, you've joined politics. I always knew that you're going to do this. You've been hiding your motives. And political ambition in Anna was seen as such a bad thing. My point is that,
Anna Hazare was responding. Anna Hazare takes his decision based upon media debates. I mean, obviously it's a question to be asked. Mr. Bhatia, that can't be the reason why Anna Hazare today has walked out of his team. Something,
No, he's not walked out. He's not walked out. It's not
he's disbanded the team.
He's not walked out. He perhaps wants to enlarge his team, because one of the criticisms is that how can these five guys understand economics, foreign policy, Kashmir, population, poverty? And the other side has been saying in a weak voice that no, we'll get in the experts, we'll enlarge our team, we'll make a manifesto.
They promised to expand the team to 150.
You don't have funds. So
Mr. Bhatia, they promised to expand the team to 150.
He needs to start from square one.
Why? There's some disconnect here. I want to ask Shiv Khera, what's the disconnect in your view? Because Kiran Bedi at one point of time claimed Anna is India and India is Anna. She had no idea when Anna Hazare disbanded the team. Without Anna Hazare, where is the moral pivot of the team, Mr. Khera?
Well, Arnab, the only thing I can say is that I think there is an interpretation that he has disbanded the team, really not. But you see, in any kind of a leadership situation, there is a decision of command, there is a decision of consultation, and there is a decision of consensus. And especially when there has been a major detour, this is a detour, the destination has not changed, and I don't think any of the team or Anna himself, the destination has not changed at all. There is a major detour, and being the detour, some people agree, some people disagree, and they are in a kind of a situation.
Mr. Khera, on Friday...
Let me finish.
Okay.
You see, repositioning, reshuffling at a situation like this is not unusual in any kind of a leadership at all. And
it's not a reshuffle.
Whatever.
It's not a reshuffle.
It is repositioning, whatever it is. Well, they have to reevaluate, because the detour is such that it's a direction that they have to take another one. Some people might agree, some people might disagree. Now, the team who has to stay with him, they may need to agree, to disagree, and yet to support. So, I think
Arvind Kejriwal,
you need to give them time.
Arvind Kejriwal wanted to launch a political party. He gave a speech on Jantar Mantar. My party will be like this. My party will be like that. My party people will be like this. Money will be collected like that, etc., etc. Anna Hazare has asked 9 questions questioning whether a political party can really be formed, and he's walked out. How do you read? I don't. The obvious thing is there is obviously a difference of opinion between Arvind Kejriwal, who perhaps is more politically ambitious, than Anna Hazare, who wants to perhaps only cast a moral authority, have a movement. Maybe this is a question of political ambition, and he has clearly said that. He said in his letter today, of which I have a copy, that the moment power and money come into the thoughts of the team, then the team gets corrupted. I don't wonder who the reference is.
I don't agree with that.
Well, he says it.
No. You see, I don't agree with that. The point is that there are people who came into position of power, and the power was not that the purpose was to gain power. I mean, you look at people like Netaji, you look at Vallabhbhai Patel, they got into political positions. You remember them as patriots, as not as politicians.
But Mr. Khera,
so
7 rebuts to Arvind Kejriwal. These 7 to 9 questions are questions directly put to Arvind Kejriwal by Anna Hazare. And there has been talk about, differences between Arvind Kejriwal and Anna Hazare. I want to get in Suhel Seth on how he's reading this. Let's get all sides. What has happened today is exceptional, unusual. Suhel.
It is not unusual by any standard.
On Thursday on your channel.
Yes.
Shiv, if I may be allowed my own motivational speech, please. Thank you. If you remember, on your program, Arnab, I told you and the panelists there, Arun was one of the panelists, Arun Bhatia, that the first thing, if Anna Hazare needs to maintain his credibility, is he has to disband Team Anna. It's a matter of record. It was on your channel. The logic being that Anna Hazare cannot afford to be aligned with 5 individuals whose identity, integrity has been questioned. Whether the questioning of that integrity is right or wrong is for time to tell. B, I don't think Anna Hazare essentially is a political animal. He is a social activist. That's what he knows best. I'm glad he's returning to the knitting. Let the 5 members then create a community or an army of political supporters who want to fight elections. But to drag Anna Hazare and to ride on Anna Hazare's shoulders, to my mind, was blasphemous, incorrect, and as has been proven today through his blog, something that he doesn't approve of. That's A. B, you raised a very important point. Is Anna Hazare questioning his team? No. I think he's finally questioning his decision. Should he have relied on the Panch Pyare? Should he have relied on people who had an agenda of their own? And even if they didn't, it now comes about as if they did. And finally, Anna Hazare stoked the imagination of people. He didn't talk about politics. He was continuously saying, I don't want to get into politics.
Why did he then?
When you support a political party, you are in politics.
But why then was Anna Hazare a mute spectator? Why was Anna Hazare then, Shekhar Singh, my question is, a mute spectator when Arvind Kejriwal stood there and he gave his entire speech? No, he gave a whole speech about his political party.
I'll tell you.
So Anna didn't say anything then.
I'm going to get abused on... Now let me tell you, the so-called liberals are going to be very upset. The reality is, Anna Hazare and Anna Hazare's movement was hijacked by people who were ultimately seeking political power.
That's a point.
They were wanting to not contest elections. They were wanting to contest the polarity and the dichotomy of a nation on the back of corruption, which, by the way, is an issue which has seized the ruling government.
That was the point.
I mean, we all abuse the government of India, but let's be fair. An A. Raja and a Suresh Kalmadi wouldn't have gone to jail in most countries that you and I know of. We have to remember that the
I'm sorry, Suhel. The government or anyone and nobody. By the way, the government has not sent these people to jail. The courts have, the investigating agencies have, and nobody needs to be grateful to anyone for any of these people going into jail.
Investigating agencies work under the tutelage of the government.
Yeah, but it's not. Nobody's done anyone a favor. On that, I completely disagree with you. Medha Patkar joins the debate.
Sure,
1 second.
I agree.
Medha Patkar joins. Suhel Seth says, and this is the reading, Medha Patkar, that if you read Anna Hazare's paragraphs today, what he's written in this blog, he is warning his team repeatedly, don't stray from your path under the influence of power politics. Why has he been forced to do so? I don't think Medha Patkar can hear me, so that question goes to Shekhar Singh. Why has Anna Hazare been forced to warn his team in the way that he's done today?
Look, let me just make 3 quick points. First of all, it was very clear right from the beginning that Anna was not interested in being a part of party politics. He has made this clear in many occasions and many fora. So at this stage there was no other option. I think he's still not interested. Number 2, Arvind Kejriwal for a long time has a manifesto agenda. Essentially it's Swaraj, he's written a book about it. In fact, for the last, even before the Anna movement, he's been talking about it, and he's made a decision now perhaps that this better way to do it is not through a social movement but through a political process. So that's the second point. The third point I want to make is that when a team comes together the way the Anna team came together, which means they hadn't really worked by and large together for a long time, it's not just money and power which corrupts, also you get corrupted by fame and media exposure. And I think there was so much of media exposure, so much of fame, so much of that thing, that differences were bound to arise because these are people who haven't worked together for 15 or 20 years. They don't trust each other implicitly, and they don't necessarily share the same fundamental values. So nothing surprising has happened. I just thought it would take a little longer. It's happened more quickly.
Sure, but my question to Medha Patkar is, Ms. Patkar, why did... I'm coming to you, Mr. Bhatia. This is very interesting what has happened today, actually. I'll spend some more time on it. Medha Patkar, why did Anna Hazare not say this on Friday? He could have walked out on Friday. Did he not want to embarrass the team that he decided to say this later?
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman, said Suhel Seth. Okay, 1 minute. Medha Patkar, can you hear me? Lost the line with Medha Patkar a second time. Why did he not say this? Medha Patkar ji...
No.
Why did he not...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, ma'am. Why did the entire country is asking, why did Anna Hazare not say this on Friday? Why has he said this now?
I think Anna did not stop Arvind Kejriwal, as you said, although I have not witnessed every moment of that, nor even on TV. But Anna did say that he would not be a part of the party, he would not join the party, and that is what he seems to have said in his blog today also. But he did not stop the rest of the team members from taking a decision to enter the electoral college directly. And so are we, who are not sure whether the electoral political path would really bring in the kind of transformation everyone is committed to. And that is why, otherwise we respect their decision. But we have questions, we have concerns. Anna also has concerns and questions. And he did declare that, but he has explained
but Ms. Patkar,
in much more detailed way in his blog.
Medha ji, with all respect, I am not completely convinced with that argument, and I'll tell you why. Because today, Anna Hazare, the questions he has raised, how will you select candidates? How will the members of this party be selected? How will you raise 10 to 15 crores per election? What if your candidates become corrupt? The crowd at Jantar Mantar does not represent the views of India. Jantar Mantar is not India. None of this I heard on Friday. I'm sorry, I did not hear Anna Hazare say this on Friday. He has sat over the weekend. Maybe he's got some advice. Did you call him? Because did you speak to him? Did you advise him?